And on that note, I know Pat Buchanan wants to. Yeah, I mean, do you agree with Peggy Noonan? You know, Bambi not bulletproof. I don't. Republicans I talk to say they're just chomping at the bit to run against Barack Obama on the issue of inexperience and his liberal voting record.
I think the Republicans will do a lot better job going after him than Hillary. They're not going to be inhibited. They're not inhibited. Hillary is inhibited. I mean, what Michelle Obama said, Republicans would be right on top of. You know, the idea that, you know, what you say, for 25 years, it's the first time I've been proud to be an American. They'll go after those things. They'll go after his record. They'll go out after votes he's had in the legislature in Illinois and in Congress. Look, he's got a voting record more liberal than Bernie Sanders.
But here's the difference.
There's nothing in there. You got a real problem.
He doesn't have a voting record more liberal than Bernie Sanders. But
where do they differ?
Here's the point. Here's the point. Barack Obama is able to play offense against Republicans in an interesting way. And you heard him do that in the speech. He said, quote, "We don't believe in government doing what we can do for ourselves." I thought you were going to jump up and start saying, "Si se puede." Yes, we can.
But it was exactly right. He's got Reaganite lines in there, and I agree with the previous person that said where, you know, he's picking up the Republican lines on government and things like that.
Here's another thing he did. There was a lot of kind of religious turns of phrase in his speech. He said he felt blessed and honored. He talked about the prayer circle earlier. He said at one point, "I am not a perfect vessel." Now,
it was excellent.
What do they have in Texas besides longhorn cattle and pretty ladies like Nora in San Antonio?
How did you know I was from San Antonio?
Because you told me. What did they have? They have mega churches. They have the biggest mega churches in the country.
He was using mega church language.
Exactly, he's using mega church language.
And you know what he did in there? He was talking to Youngstown, Ohio. He talked about talking to these workers and these people coming in and unbolting the machinery from the floor of the factory and lifting it up and taking it out. And he speaks in concrete terms. And in the exchange with McCain, he beat him hands down when McCain said, what was
eloquent but empty.
Eloquent but empty. Okay, it's 3 words, and he's talking about the same old people with the same old solutions, and that's the place where ideas go to die. That was excellent in that exchange, but that does not negate the fact that he is wide open and vulnerable, and no one has gone after him. You saw the job Chris did on that state senator who's probably made his last appearance on national TV. You know, he had nothing.
Because Chris asked him to say what record, what's Obama's record.
He's eloquent.
But McCain is trying to go after Obama, and he's doing it impotently. For him to get up there and say, "This is empty eloquence. I promise you no change. I promise you no eloquence. I'm telling you, America, oh no, we can't." That's John McCain. That's his message right now. He's saying, "No, we can't. Don't believe it. This guy seems exciting, but I offer you the same old thing."
McCain's not going to be the one to do it. The Republican machine has got to do it, or it isn't going to be done.
Let's talk about Michelle Obama. You brought it up. You said that she made a severe gaffe that the Republicans are going to run against. McCain said something else in his speech tonight. Let's take a listen to that.
I've been an imperfect servant of my country for many years. I've never lived a day, in good times or bad, that I haven't been proud of the privilege.
Now,
McCain there saying, "I'm proud of my country." What do you think he was referencing?
I think he's clearly referencing Michelle Obama saying, you know,
for the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country, not just because Barack has done well, but because I think people are hungry for change.
Well, now, I've looked at other, you know, I was watching the other networks when we were the screens and things, and they brought this up, and they were talking about this, and you saw Michelle Obama. The thing what Obama has going for him tonight is he sort of wiped this out with his victory. We're all talking about Wisconsin and Texas and that. But that was a very serious mistake. I'd be terribly surprised if the Republicans don't use that and use that and use that until she comes out and clarifies it or corrects it.
If the great vulnerability of Obama thus far is that his wife said something that you could read a nasty way if you wanted to, I just don't think that's that big a vulnerability. You're right that they will make a big issue of it, and you're right that it's something that I'm sure wasn't scripted for her, but I just don't see that as it's something that's going to carry on past this.
But Republicans have run and won on issues of patriotism.
Sure.
And they paint liberals as being unpatriotic, and sometimes it works.
Well, quite frankly, I mean, if you look at that statement, just as it's made, what kind of statement is that for a woman as privileged as she is to make? You ask yourself, how does she make her children patriotic when she said there's been nothing in the last 25 years about this country I'm proud of?
She's saying this is a time when I feel proud of my country right now because of the success of my husband, but also because of what I'm experiencing. For her to say there wasn't a reason to be proud of
what Pat is really focusing on, and others are, is for the first time in my adult lifetime, that Pat suggests that there not anything else, an event in American or world history or adult lifetime that made her proud.
There are a lot of reasons why a lot of people can feel disappointed or let down by the.
Let me just say, Gene, you can explain it, and you can explain it. But if you're explaining why she never felt proud in the last 25 years of being an American, you got a problem. If that's what you're talking about.
Well, I don't think it was a huge gaffe that indicates a lack of patriotism in the Obama household. I think you will play it that way, but I don't think that's what it means.
You know, we also should not discount what it looks like to have the white old guy Republican Party all jumping on the woman, all jumping on the wife, all jumping on the candidate's spouse.
White old guy. I mean, the average American is not offended. The average guy down at the American Legion Hall seeing that, he's not offended. The average guy coming back from Iraq said, first time she's proud of being an American. He says, I was proud when we stood up after 9/11.
Pat, you sound like I can hear the ads coming out of you right now. But honestly, the country does not look at Michelle Obama and think, wow, she hates the country. I better make sure I don't vote for her.
Maybe when the candidate says something like that, then maybe you'll have a point.
Wow. All right, the panel's staying with